G'day everyone, welcome to my first video on Timeless Cup. I'm going to do some practice battles against some other Aussie trainers and focusing my Pokemon and teams around Charizard. So let's get into the battles. So first up we're going to be facing against RocketClare. She's a battler from down in Tasmania who's doing really well. She's in the top 20 in the Australian rankings so far this year. So first up we get a fairly neutral matchup here of Celio versus Whiscash. Now, so this relies on CMP, and you can see there I threw the Mud Bomb, same time she threw the Body Slam, so I know she's got CMP, so whatever shields I'll waste, she wastes, so we just decide to let it go, and you can see there she's actually one fast move ahead, so maybe a bit of lag, a little bit of something, as the game has plenty of that sort of thing in at the moment. So we switch out, sorry, don't switch out, we let it go down and switch into Charizard. I was hoping just to be able to kill that Celio and get a little bit of energy. But now, and I forgot completely that Drapion would have Aqua Tail. So kind of wasted a shield there, get some lag, and I'm like, nah, I'm done. It's only practice, lag, I just kind of gave up. The advantage is as well though here, it actually worked in my favor because Drapion isn't going to be able to do a whole lot of damage with its Ice Fang, so we can get to a Skull Bash and still have Lapras on fairly high health. Now, I had a shielded that on Victory Bell, definitely would have won this match. So yeah, so now Lapras is buffed, and it's going to be a race to see who can get to the next charge move after this Body Slam. And quite surprisingly to me, Lapras got there, so we take down Celio, and then we just got to finish off that Drapion. Obviously, if Drapion had stored energy, we would have lost. Now we get a shocking lead here, and because it's practice, I was like, well, let's see how much we lose by if we just throw everything we can and see how much damage we do. So we get a shield, which is great. I think that's a better result than actually taking the damage. So we'll switch into our Whiscash, who's going to be able to do plenty of damage here with these Mud Bomb spams. And Claire decides, obviously, not to waste another shield on Drapion and let it go. Now you can see I was just so slow to switching from that Victory Bell. It makes it really hard. You either have to switch blind or you're pretty much gone. So, yeah, poor little Whiscash. So Drapion, sorry not Drapion, Dragonair does enough damage. And we're hoping we can get some chip here, and he burns the last shield. We choose to use another shield because we're hoping that with Ember we're not going to go down, but yeah, we do. That's right, we did a little bit of damage. We still have that extra shield there, so Whiscash is going to get to the Mud Bomb and take down the Charizard. Now we had a bit of timing and lag issues, so we bailed on the battles, so thanks Claire. And now up against Third M now. Third M, which actually stands for Third Monkey, he was at this time of doing these battles ranked number 1 in Australia. I think he's in the top 3 or top 5 now. But yeah, really good battler, and I'm really glad he's in one of my remote tournament groups. So yeah, really enjoying battling against him. It's good practice. So we shielded the Skull Bash and decided to bail on Lapras because we know once they get the first Skull Bash out, it's just going to be a fairly negative matchup. So throw the Acid Spray onto the Dragonair, and we'll go back into our Lapras because we got good amount of energy here. So we'll throw Skull Bash, get our Lapras a bit stronger, and then I was trying to switch to Charizard there, didn't come off. So without any shields left, Lapras has gone down. We can farm the Meganium pretty hard here. Even though Earthquake's going to do a bit of damage, it's still not that much. And Charizard's squishy, so it's quite surprising how little damage that does. So we've got a heap of stored energy now. Throw the Dragon Claw, no shields, and we get the win. Which is pretty rare because most of my battles I lose to Third M. So yeah, so we get a great lead there. Again, so slow getting out of there. I don't know if it's what it is, I'm just too slow, and obviously I did a terrible switch into Charizard. Completely forgot about Aqua Tail. So yeah, he goes to the cleaners, and I'll have to pull out my own Drapion here to try and finish it off. So we shield just to keep a bit of higher health and farm up a little bit of energy. and see what we get against us. And we get that cast form back. So obviously Aquatail is going to be completely useless here. Throw some crunches, and he chooses not to shield. I was super stoked with that switch. So switch in to eat that weather ball, but unfortunately he gets that Haunter in, and we just don't get to the Leaf Blade. Not that it really would have mattered. He's got enough shields to keep himself fairly well covered. So we'll farm down. He's got 2 shields left. I don't have any, so there's no point in wasting an attack on throwing a move. We're just trying to fast attack, and we lose. So fairly close game there. Now this one I thought, oh yeah, look, Lantern's a pretty buff Pokemon. I haven't tried him out much. And I'm pretty sure this is the last time I had Lantern in any of the battles that I've done so far. Obviously, it's a really bad matchup against Dragonair, so we'll just let him go down and not waste our shields here. So he did get a shield on the Dragonair, which is nice. So yeah, we'll get Lapras just to go through this. Now, I should have kept farming up to the Skull Bash here, but I tried to get in the Surf before he got the return through, which unfortunately did not happen. So out comes the Haunter against the Lapras, and again I should have definitely hit that Surf when I had it available. Sometimes farming up that extra energy can come back to bite in the butt. Wouldn't have really made too much of a difference, but yeah. Now I was really hoping to just be able to farm down with those Dragon Breaths, but didn't quite get there. So we're just forced to just throw as many returns as we can. And we're not even going to get close because those Ice Fangs are just going to rip through Dragonair so quickly. Alright, and on to the last battle. We get a very yuck lead here. So obviously his Lapras is just going to farm up to that Skull Bash. You know, these ice attacks aren't going to do too much damage to each other. And to not get him to do Skull Bash, I threw out my Charizard. So trying to keep that Lapras from buffing itself, which did work, and I'm forced to use 2 shields up, and he just brings that Drapion back out, which is an interesting move. So probably doesn't have the hardest Charizard counters, and he doesn't shield, so super interesting there. Pretty much Blast Burn deleted that Drapion, which is very good for me. Now, I'm hoping I can quickly get enough attacks to kill the Haunter before he gets a charge move off, but I'm not. So, sacrificing my Haunter in the end. So, we've got the Drapion versus Lapras matchup again, and we can just get to a crunch here and take the win. So, those are some interesting battles. I had a great time. And now what we'll have up here is we can see so far from the Sylph GG, they've got the most commonly used species up. So it's a really cool thing you can go in and check and have a look at. And the thing I've noticed is Venusaur, Victreebel, and Venusaur, Charizard, and Swampert the top pick starters. Blaziken's still there, but down at 7%. And then we've got Meganium and Ivysaur not too far behind. So Swampert appears to be the only water type people are using. And Dragonair and Lapras are very far out in front for the picks. Alright, thanks guys. We'll catch you in the next one.